No confidence inspiring going on there. I'm through, I'm dry. What are you talking about? About where Ian is now. Yeah, the same one sent him off. I wonder about the second way through that we did the other day. Yeah, you're fine. There you go, you found the same hole I did. Good job. Yeah. Woohoo! Yes! I'm going to attribute some of that to the suspension. Hey guys, and welcome to this episode of the Bad Idea Bros. Today you join me at the White Rock Comma with Carl, Ian, Nick, and obviously myself on the rally. The whole purpose of today's ride is for Carl and I to test out our shiny new suspension. So we figured the best place to do that would be somewhere we were familiar with, and that is Lees Valley. So guys, we are just north of Rangiora and not really far to go. Thought we'd stop here at this adventure token. Nice place to start the episode. And basically guys, we're going to jump on the bikes, give them hell and see how they handle it. I'm really looking forward to this one. We'll see you on the trail. Well guys, like I said, the whole purpose of today's ride is to test out the newly tuned suspension on my bike and Carl's bike. So yeah, don't normally put the rally with the 450 MT, we tend to use the Himalayan now, but I don't know, something tells me today this thing's going to be punching above its weight, so we'll see how we go. Right out of the bat, I've had the tuned suspension made a little bit tighter and stiffer, took all the sag out the arse end of the rally. I rode that for 30,000 kilometres like that, so it's kind of what I was used to, but already it's, yeah, noticeably different, so I'm really excited to get this thing on the various different terrains that Lees Valley does offer. So that's enough talking about it. How about we get into this, guys? Absolute stunning day for us today, guys. There's a little bit of wind about. It's currently coming in this direction, so it's moving the bike around a little, but no more than usual. Sun's out, not too cold, not too hot. Pretty good conditions. Expecting a little bit of dust. There has been a bit of rain, so we should get lucky, but Lees Valley there's always dust about. So yeah, so it's a little bit of tarmac to get through, and that'll put us into the big gravel car park. No stopping, straight into it today, and hopefully carrying a bit more pace than usual, so I really want to test this thing out. I'm excited. Let's do it. Well guys, that was a fun little section with a bit of everything there. Very slippery, very greasy. This is a whole new bike. If you've seen the Facebook post, you said that I wish I had done this years ago, and the truth is I really do. It's handling the bumps a lot better. Where the bike previously would squat down and then start to slide a little bit, it's not really doing that anymore. It's just biting and going. It's been remarkable actually how different it is. So it'll be interesting on the water crossings and that sort of thing to see if it comes through a little bit better. The rally was always quite bouncy in the rear, and that is because of how soft it was. So I'll be honest, I didn't realise how soft it was in the back end until it wasn't. So far so good, but looks like we are just about done with the gate. First water crossings ahead, just a splash, there's not much of a water crossing to speak of. And we'll be continuing on. Alright guys, so for for curiosity's sake, interest sake, bit of both there, I'm going to do a swap with Nick on his factory 300 just to see what the suspension difference feels like, both for myself and Nick. So
I don't think I've ever ridden this, even on the old suspension.
Possibly not actually. I don't rightfully know. All I know is my camera was pointing down again.
I'll try not to kick it off when I... Oh, that's so tall.
I was just about to say, this feels so low. Oh, Nick, give yourself the spongy seat test.
It's a lot firmer.
Alright, I'll follow you. Oh, this does feel different.
Feels a lot more like planted. I could feel the road underneath me and whether or not there's grip or not. I would say it feels a bit firm, but that's probably because I weigh less than you. But not firm to the point where it's too firm. The lack of gear indicator says a lot about my riding skills. that I noticed.
So interestingly enough, your bike feels identical to what mine was. I mean, I feel like I'm sitting further back, and I feel like the arse end is down, which it would be from what I was riding on that. Not bad things. I mean, I did 30,000 k's with mine like that. It was, you know, I would say it was totally fine. It was, because I didn't know any difference. So, yeah, I genuinely think that suspension forces the bike to grab a bit more traction because it's not squatting the arse as much. But that being said, nothing wrong with it as it is. It's what we're used to.
Sounds good. Here's it's got a dinghy wheel. Oh, that's so high.
Well, thank you, mate. I enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Yeah, needs something. Oh yes, it does feel tall now, doesn't it? Alright, let's do it. Good to go. I'd say it's slower than it was last time. Just going to bolt on in, are you? Yeah, it doesn't. Whoop whoop. No confidence inspiring going on there. I'm through. I'm dry. What are you talking about? About where Ian is now. Yeah, the same one sent him off.
Makes me wonder about the second way through that we did the other day.
Yeah, you're fine. There you go. You found the same hole I did. Good job. Yeah. Yeah.
Woohoo! Yes! I'm going to attribute some of that to the suspension.
Well guys, this has been super successful for the testing. The Rally is a whole new bike. It really genuinely is. Would I say it's filling me with more confidence? Yes and no. I feel like I'm relearning the bike a little bit, but that's to be expected. But holy shit, like, this thing is just behaving so well. It's so much more planted. You're not getting that sort of rebound that's throwing you out of kilter when you're hitting some of the continuous bumps and swales and waves sort of thing. So yeah, the two river crossings, some really big rocks in that first one, so a lot of deflection, but the bike smoothed out all the other shit that usually puts me on edge a little bit, but honestly the rocks were pretty clean in the first one. There wasn't any algae. Well, not really much algae. The second one there was algae, but even still, like, those bikes went through so well, didn't they?
Yeah, happy with that.
I've done 31,000 kilometers today, right now on this bike, and 30,000 of those, well, nearly 31,000 of those was with the stock suspension, and I wasn't sure if I was going to notice that much of a change. The bike is getting older. I wasn't sure if it's going to be worth spending the money on it, but geez, yeah, like genuinely worth it, guys. That's just my opinion. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just telling you how I feel about the bike, and genuinely wish I had have done this a long time ago. But we're going to stop for 5, have something to eat quickly, and do a battery change on the cameras, and we'll be back into it. So we'll see you in a minute. Alright. Well, there we have it, guys. We're having to film this one a little differently because the wind is coming through here, and as I say that, it's now stopped. So I'm looking at Carl, who's looking at me, who's looking at Carl, who's looking at me, who's looking at Nick, who's looking at me. And back to this one, where we are basically saying that's it. So the suspension, leagues and bounds different on my bike. Carl, I know that you probably can't really talk at the moment, but we know that you also really enjoyed the changes. Yep, big thumbs up. So we both found that the bikes evened out really well on the rough ground. The rebound and everything is just phenomenally better. They're so planted, they just do so well compared to how they used to do.
Planted is the word of the day.
Definitely, yep. I found with mine that I can actually put the power to the ground now, so instead of the bike sort of coming out and doing its usual little fishtail thing that it did, it actually bites and feels like it takes off, and I can pop the front wheel over little potholes and stuff like that, so worth it just for that. Would I recommend it? Yes, absolutely, 100%. It's a completely different bike, so the fact that it's tuned to my weight and height and all that sort of thing makes a world of difference. But guys, this wind is horrendous. I'm not really enjoying this, I have to be honest. So we're going to get back on the bikes, and that's the end. So as always, we appreciate you for following along, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.